Montessori is a system of education which was developed over 120 years ago by Dr. Maria Montessori. So she had sort of observed particularly young children and had noted that the traditional abstract method of education wasn't really benefiting them. So she felt that a more concrete, hands-on education would facilitate their learning better. Education for children, if it's abstract, particularly in the young age, they just don't grasp what it's all about. So having the ability to interact with concrete materials so they can move from concrete to abstraction, it really embeds, the concrete material embeds in their memory what will become an abstract phenomenon later. So in the Montessori environment, the adult spends the time setting the environment up. We call it preparing the environment. And then the child is invited into this environment and it's ready for them. So they're able to conduct their morning and make choices. So because it's set up, it's always beautiful. The children are very attracted to it and they naturally want to maintain that beauty. So they're very respectful of what's on the shelf, and it always sort of flows beautifully together. Actually, it's quite a joy to be able to sit back and watch that whole thing operating. So Montessori classroom is divided into 5 different areas. So we have practical life, sensorial, maths, language, and culture. So practical life, which are life skills that the children learn, is one major part of the environment. So children are encouraged to be able to do things for themselves. But embedded in that practical life activity is also the benefits of developing fine and gross motor skills, developing manners, developing cooperation. We have things that we call grace and courtesy lessons. So these are sort of the finite rules of the classroom which develop sort of social interactions. So they can freely go and make their own choices. They don't need an adult supervising them. So we sit down and we demonstrate, as in giving a lesson. And once the child has been given a lesson and has the basic concepts of what is required or what is expected in the environment, they can go and do that for themselves. So it actually gives the child an enormous amount of sort of independence. It develops their love of learning. The whole purpose, of course, of education should be that the child is embedded and enjoys what they're doing, and that there's a respect for children and adults in the environment.